Hey, good afternoon everyone. Tyrecese here with, well, now Marco Wii video or Brawl video or Mar Sports Mix video. But I'm here to show some footage and pictures from when we had a visit from Hurricane Irene. And right now I'm just looking at video footage that I captured early this morning outside of my apartment. See, I live on the 5th floor, and I'm in the safe zone area with. We don't have to worry about with the gusty winds, like what they were saying, like, oh, with your high rise waving around, you get the higher gusts. The higher you are, the worse the gusts will be. So yeah, and you can see here the winds, they were really howling this morning, and right now we get like a little bit of gusts of winds right here. But this morning they said our area was on a tornado warning because throughout the night we were under tornado watch. And you gotta learn the difference between a tornado watch and tornado warning. Is this? A tornado watch means that means that they say conditions are favorable for a tornado to form. And you got a tornado warning means that the tornado has been sighted and they have to keep track of where it's going. So that's the difference between the watch and the warning. You got to be careful with the warning because the warning means the storm is happening right now. And you can see right here it's just mostly a lot of heavy rain, and you got like the gusty winds was going on. And I'm outside my building. There's like the scaffolding. Would you see there's the scaffolding right there? I'm surprised that there wasn't much of a water that was trying to flood up the top portion. And I'm glad that didn't happen, because if it did, it's like the scaffolding, it could collapse and it could give in because of the weight of the water. The water does have a lot of force right there. Okay, well, after Hurricane Irene left and it was starting to quiet down a bit, I went outside and took some pictures. You can see outside, right across the street, there's the park, and you saw there was a tree bench right there on the sidewalk, and mostly around the park area, there was just a lot of leaves and twigs that was just all over the walkways. So it was just pretty crazy. As you can see, there's like more of the stuff that's like lying around on the ground. It was just like, okay, wow. And you can see there's like a little branch twig right there. I would say there's like a little bit of some leaves that's just right there on the sidewalk. Oh man, it was just pretty crazy. I would have expected more, but to be very honest, I just knew it wasn't going to cause that much damage. I was really most expecting like a heavy rain and wind event. And as you can see here at this part, there they got a tree that just, I'm not sure Irene did this, but the tree fell right here, and it's just leaning towards there's like a little building right there. The little small building / shed is abandoned. It hasn't been used for years. I'm not sure like why it's still there, but they should remove it, in my opinion. Yeah, right here, I'm still at the park, by the way. And yeah, this is the little same shot, but I moved over a little bit so you get a glimpse of where the tree landed on the left side of the building. So yeah, it was just amazing right there. I just decided to take a picture of it. Okay, well, we could move on here. There was like some crazy things I saw, like this one right here with the lamp, with the street light right here. I almost called lamp post. The street light. It is just like lost, like it's like the top portion is like leaning down forward, like, okay, wow. And I looked around the park, none of the other lights were like that. I'm like saying, okay, what the heck is this all about? This one gave in? Okay. Also by the park there's the East River, like right out, like past that railing right there. That's the East River. This is one of the rivers that separates all throughout New York City with the 5 boroughs, and especially between boroughs like Manhattan. You get what I'm saying, between the city and the other boroughs. Okay, as you can see here, it's like, wow. I'm just saying, dang, it's like if anyone was standing right there, that really when it gave in, you're like, okay, you're gonna dip into the East River. I'm like, whoa, we don't want that now. And it clearly had like a whole area fenced off. And it's like a sign saying you can't go through, no trespassing. It was just like, okay, that was a wild moment. And it was like, oh man, and I haven't seen down here in a while. That's why I'm just a little bit shocked. From like, okay, that was just shocking right there. And see more the railing just leaning forward. There was like one portion of it that's still standing. It was like, okay, wow, so this one is deemed safe. As you can see, there's the East River. Upper part of the screen, that is the 59th Street Bridge. And in the background, you see that's Manhattan skyline. The building right there is the United Nations. Great place to go for a field trip, folks. Overall, like here, East River. And I was just trying to get like a glimpse like the rest of Manhattan skyline. It was just pretty crazy. Okay, now, and this next snapshot, it was like, okay, something we haven't seen in a while since 2005 with the transit strike. All of the transit system being shut down, like all the subway entrances was closed. Like literally, you couldn't even get in. I managed to take a little peek downstairs. I didn't see any water damage, like any water was like flooding up the station. So yeah. But this escalator actually go down to the train station, and I'm like shocked. Like, okay, this is like I haven't seen this since 2005 when we had a transit strike, as I mentioned. Oh man! Now, this next scene, the next shot, you can see I'm walking back home, and I was like, going like, oh, what the heck? I see a tree that's like this whole, literally, the tree itself, like the branch fell right there on the sidewalk. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. And like the end portion looks like a head of a, almost like a head of a lion or something. You be the judge. And here's like the other side of the same tree branch. That's just like, wow, it's crazy. And at times, you got cars that do drive around this area, and there was a car coming, but then it was like, noticed like there's something up ahead on the road, and they literally got off of that street and went onto the main road. And then and there goes the tree branch that used to stand right there. Stood, actually. It's like, okay. Oh man, that was just, I don't know what else to say, but y'all be the judge of what y'all think of how the hurricane hit my area. But this is what all the stuff that happened around. Okay, folks. Well, the bottom line is, I'm letting you know that I'm okay. I'm fine. We saw electricity, so I'm straight. I'm just gonna keep moving on. So that just wraps up this video, folks. If you like it, why don't you rate and subscribe and check out some more other videos. Tyrecese saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care and stay safe.